Hello everybody, and welcome back. Last time, we completed two missions. We explored the old residential and we took down Death Tan's Mantisk, and we were unfortunately unsuccessful in stopping the giant missile from hitting a human residential district. And because of that, Neo Arcadia now has gained control of the Dark Elf. This time, we're going to do the second run of a few stages and also take a quick walk around the base. So I think it's best if we actually do things in order. So let's head back to the didn't mean to do that. Let's head back to the old residential. Alright, so the first thing we want to do, equip the flame chip. And I know that I briefly mentioned the auto charge body head chip. I didn't really use it that much because in the fight against Kreia and Preya I do think it's best to, for the most part, use the triple slash combo on the Sea Saber. But for this stage we're going to use this quite a lot. So let's talk about Death Tan's Mantisk. Actually, first I want to give a bit more information, a bit more general information regarding the judges. I didn't mention this before, but the judges, they also have a title that is referred to them. They are divided in left and right, fire, thunder, and ice judges. Then we have the vice judge, and then we have the chief judge. Now, Blazing Blizzard is the left fire judge, Children Aravita is the left ice judge, and Devil Bat Shield is the left thunder judge. Now, as for Death Tan's, he is the vice judge, and he is also referred to as the Moonlight judge. As for his role, he was in charge of executions, and previous to his drastic transformation due to Bael's influence, he would often comment on the dullness of his blades as a sign of everlasting peace. So yeah, he was the executioner, but he didn't relish that job, and he was quite happy, let's say, in the fact that he probably hadn't been sent to execute anybody in quite some time. I'm assuming this was before Copy X started to undiscriminately label pretty much every single Reploid as a Maverick. But yeah, and you can clearly see how much he has changed from the brief exchange that we had with him last time. Aside from that, not really much else to say. And I do think that we just got the final secret disc, but we still need to get the sub-tank. And I do need to take care of this mini-boss yet again. Alright. So last time I mentioned that you need to bounce off of this Pantheon, which you can, but you can also do it from that one, and that's what I'm going to be trying. So I mentioned that I suck at this, and I do. I'm going to give a couple of shots, and if I don't make it, I'm going to make a quick cut to when I actually do it. If you're having trouble with this, later on in the game you will get a leg chip that enables you to do a double jump, which makes this much easier. But anyways, here we go. I might take some damage on purpose, just to see if I can make it. To see if I can use the iframes to actually make my way there. There we go. That was easier than I thought. Well, I think we're done here. Let's head back to base. Alright, So before we go to the missile factory, I almost forgot to go over Death Tan's battle lines. He doesn't really have that many, I think he only has 2, but anyways, let's go ahead and listen to them. Alright, so now let's head back to... I keep making the same mistake. Well, you get a sneak peek of the upcoming missions. Let's go... There we go. Alright, so normally at this point I would start talking about Kreia and Preia, but I intend to do that at a later point in the game. So instead of that, I want to talk about the CL system. So on the first episode I mentioned how this game is considered the best of the series in terms of gameplay and story. Well, I've explained the gameplay part a bit. As for the story, that scene that we had with CL, Dr. Vile and Copy X, it is regarded in many ways as probably CL's best moment. And I would have to agree in a few ways, though I think CL was at her most interesting by far during Mega Man 01. Back when you didn't really know that much about her, but you can kinda get the feeling that she was feeling guilty over something. And then later you do find out that, yeah, her creating Copy X is what led to the deaths of countless of rebels. But anyways, it is a good moment, and the CL system was in a way foreshadowed during Mega Man 02, because we know that throughout most of that game, CL is working on an energy replacement. And even though the game never really states that outright, it is implied that the satellite system, as well as the command room in the Resistance base during Mega Man 03, are the result of the CL system. There's a concept art for the command room that shows that right underneath it, it seems to be powered up by a strange new energy, and it's implied that it is, well, the CL system. And it's also implied that the satellite system, as well as a new type of elf, which we'll go into more detail once we actually play Mega Man 04, are tied into it. However, you can go through the game without ever knowing that. And aside from that small scene that we had with Copy X, the CL system is never once brought up again. It is not a part of Vile's plan, he doesn't require it. It's not like it's that big of a plot point. So, while it does make for a very useful... It does make for probably CL's best moment, it is rather underutilized for the remainder of the game. And I kinda wish it wasn't that way. But, well, anyway, I think we got all the secret discs. If not, we'll just go back a third time. For now, let's head back to base. Alright, so before we take a quick stroll around the base, a couple of more things that I guess I could say about the CL system. First off, the name. It wasn't named by CL. Servo came up with the name, but it is actually related to how it works. So the name CL in this case, it stands for Convergent Ignition by Energen Linkage, and it actually has a physical shape, even though you never see it in the game. You can see it in CL's concept art. The CL system looks like a pink lotus flower. So if you're wondering what that strange flower was in the thumbnail, well, now you know. And the principle for the system is that it basically uses Cyber Elf energy alongside energy crystals as a catalyst. And by doing that, it supposedly can create vast amounts of energy. So yeah, in theory, it could have ended the energy crisis. Alright, we want to talk to a few of the Resistance members on the other side. Oh, it's you, Zero. Are you finding the recall rod useful? I'm busy developing yet another new weapon. Well, not really. I'm actually totally drained from working on the recall rod. I need some time off. There's no time to rest. Servo and I have to make weapons. For the entire resistance. That is no small task. Indeed. Let's talk to Servo. Dr. Bile. He'll stop at nothing to get what he wants. It's just dreadful. Zero, we can't let Bile get away with this. First, we must find out where he is. I imagine Ciel and the others are doing all they can to find out. What will it be? About Harpuya. His internal body temperature seems to be rising because of his wound from Omega. Fortunately, the wound isn't deep, so there's no need to be too concerned. So, Harpuya is currently being looked at, but he should be fine. Oh, Zero! Did you really find Kreia and Preya? Yes, we did. Kreia, Preya. Do they remember me? So, you want to say probably. Hooray! That makes me so happy! I'll give you this! And we got Secret Disk 116. And I forgot to check the computer here, because we do have some new information. Dark Elf is a cyber elf originally designed to end the Maverick Wars. X used her to bring a prompt end to the conflict. Afterwards, she was stolen by Dr. Bile, subsequently causing the Elf Wars. There is no other data available on the Dark Elf. And we also have some information on Harpuya. The shrewd General Harpuya is one of the 4 Guardians, and is a Reploid clone from X's DNA. Feeling the void left by the destruction of Copy X, he became leader of Neo Arcadia. He was rendered unconscious by an attack from Omega, and remains so today. Yep. As you progress through the story, the information on the computer actually updates itself a bit. Maintenance room in use. So yeah, we cannot talk to Rosinel or Harpuya right now. I looked through my binoculars just now and saw a missile. It was well out of the range of this cannon. All I could do was just hold the trigger and watch. Yeah, it has the same line of dialogue. A few of the Resistance members have more than one different line of dialogue, but others only have a singular one. I just glanced to the east a moment ago. Enemy activity is on the rise. Yep, the Neo Arcadian army is encroaching upon us. Yep, the same line. Hey there, new guy. I mean, greetings, oh legendary Reploid. I heard a rumor that Harpuya is injured and sleeping in the maintenance room. Is that true? Now's the chance to finish Harpuya off, don't you think? Well, I know you're not into underhanded tactics like that. Don't get mad at me, it was just a suggestion. So, I heard that Harpuya's room is locked, huh? Can't I just take a little peek inside? It's not every day that a plain old roid like me gets to see somebody special like that, you know? Hey, Zero! Have you heard? Cyberspace is a wholly uncharted territory for us. For all we know, the spirits of the dead could be in there. Quite interesting line of dialogue here. Keep that in mind. Just kidding. But it's not as if I've checked every corner of cyberspace, so who knows what could be in there. Hey, Zero! Have you heard? The night sky is absolutely beautiful here. It's a shame that you never get to see the Resistance base at night. I love writing poems while stargazing. Want to hear one? Okay, here goes. Fighting ends. Tomorrow offers the promise of peace. But to those who fall and vanish with the night sky, dawn never comes. What do you think? Pretty good, wouldn't you say? Sorry, I'm sorry. It's not really a poem that I made. It's from an ancient text that I read a long time ago. Alright. Oh, it's you, Zero. By the way, did I ever tell you about my younger days? Yes. Ah, yes. Do you remember what the story was about? Really? I'm gonna quiz you to see if you do. Before teaching, I was a bread maker. Wow, that's correct. But maybe you just got lucky. Next question. As a teacher, my fondest memory was of when I went to a picnic. Well done. How about this? On the picnic, a girl forgot her lunch. I saw this and gave her a donut. Yes, that's correct. And in return for the donut, she gave me it was a 3-leaf clover. She couldn't find a 4-leaf clover. Yes, that's right. She looked hard for a 4-leaf clover, but couldn't find one. And now, the last question for you. The girl's name was... He never gave us a name. Oh, fantastic! That was a trick question. Thanks for humoring an old rebel. Here's a token of my appreciation. Take this disc I have. And we got this disc 107. And I think all of these rooms, except for the last one, are still empty. I wonder where Mr. El Paiso's subordinates went off to. They were in this room until just recently. Perhaps they felt uncomfortable now that Mr. El Paiso has gone. I mean, but where else would they go? They're fugitives. It's not like they can just return to New Arcadia. They might as well stay with the Resistance. Oh, it's you, Zero. I'm so busy, I didn't notice you were talking to me. Zero. Do you think that I've lost a little bit of weight? You do, right? This is a rather strange question because, except for Cial, I think every single one of the Resistance members is a Reploid. Reploids can't lose or gain weight, which means that this guy was designed as a fat short man. Unless he is a human. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure, but let's humor him. I knew it, so you could tell. Ah, shucks. It just goes to show you how hard I've been working. I feel pretty good today. Here, take this. And we got another secret disc. Ah, Mr. Zero, good to see you. I found a secret disc while on patrol just now. If you can answer my question, then I'll give it to you. Deal? Sure. Alright, you're pretty confident, Mr. Zero. Here we go. What is the name of the shrimp-like mechanologue found in desert or snowy areas? Do you know? It is Shrimpoline. Ooh, correct, you're pretty good. Next question. What is the name of the mechanologue that jumps out of the lava at Aegis Volcano? It is a Valkyr. Correct again. Very good, Mr. Zero. The next one's hard. How many doors are there that you can enter in the old residential? 7. Wow! All questions answered correctly. Here, this is yours, as promised. Cool. I think that's just one more disc that we can get. I understand Mr. Harpuya is in the maintenance room. I've heard that he's brilliant, so I'd like to talk to him. But I suppose he is from New Arcadia and all. Yet, if he would only help us, Miss Cial's research would most certainly benefit. I hope Mr. Harpuya gets well soon, even if he is the enemy. There are so many things I'd like to discuss with him. If only he weren't from the other side. It's really too bad. Hello, Mr. Zero. I wonder if I'd be good at anything besides loading. What do you think? Sure. You're just saying that to make me feel better, right? Mr. Zero, I don't need sympathy. Alrighty. And finally, let's talk to Menard. Zero! You're okay? Even after that dive with the missile? Wow, you really are a legendary Reploid. Zero! I know you're pretty tough, but don't overdo it. For us Reploids, our bodies are all we have. That might sound strange coming from someone like me. Alright, I think that's it. We got a few more discs, though we still don't have all the secret discs in the resistance phase. Right, let's go and look up all the new secret discs and we'll end that here. File G. Cyber Elf X was once the original X, but now he has no body. Elfie. So this is another elf similar to Sylphie. Martina. This is the one rare nurse cyber elf. You can raise her up to satellite, and if you use her, she'll give you a second life bar, so quite useful. Mod. This one I believe actually heals you, or yeah, I think it heals you. I may be mistaken. In this case, I'll just show the proper information on the left side. Kurif. This one will just restore your health. Matic. This one will fully heal you, and if you give it some extra energy crystals, it will also fully fill a sub-tank. Putit. So, this is the rare animal cyber elf. Once fully raised, it can make it so you don't die instantly from spikes. Pitapa. This one is... He has a decent effect. I may be wrong about this, but I think he sticks to enemies. Or maybe it's... no. Is it? This one will simply shoot at enemies. I can't recall what Pitapa does. I'll just show that information on the left side, or whatever. Iletas. I'm going to check this one up on the list first, because I can't recall offhand its effect. Meteoras. Yeah, it turns all enemies into meteors. Another A rank elf. We got some E crystals. Some more. We got the file for Mantisk. The file for Preya. And Kreia. The Phantom Guardian. The Cannon. And finally, Hibo. This hungry Reploid eats E-crystals. Right. Let's take a quick look at the elves that we have. Specifically... yeah. He sticks to enemies and immobilizes them. For some reason I was really blanking on that effect. Iletas. So, this is actually a quite useful one. It makes it so you can... if you attack energy bullets with your Sea Saber, you erase them, so you don't have to worry about dodging them. Or you can always just have the shield boomerang as a secondary weapon. Alright, so I think that's more than enough for now. We went back to some old stages, we got all the secret discs in them, and we also got a sub-tank, and we got a few more of the secret discs in the resistance base. Next time, we will deal with the Neo-Arcadian armies that are approaching the base. See you guys then. Grandpa will be so proud of us! Haha, Grandpa will be so proud of us!